Ah, Mistress Fortunes, will you be venturing forth today? Do be sure to take care if so, though they say the star shower is harmless, one can never be too careful. But I concede it is not for me to tell the Warrior of Darkness how to look after herself. Old habits, you understand. Ah, Fadewood, how very opportune. Greetings, my friend. Do you perchance have a moment to spare? Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted to thank you, you see, for revealing to us the truth of the Warriors of Light. After all these years, your tale set the record straight. Finally, the people see them as the great heroes they were. Or the great hero he is, in the case of Ardbert. You too were surprised to see him, I think. At the time, I was not certain what to make of it all, but I could see the effects his words had on those around me. And then the stars rained down from the sky and, well, you know the rest. When the commotion died down, you were nowhere to be seen, but I was determined to express my gratitude, and so here I am. Thank you, Fated One, for giving voice to the truth and restoring the Warriors of Light to their rightful place in history. Should you perhaps wish to have your account of these matters committed to writing, I would be more than willing to serve as your scribe. Indeed, if there is anything I could do to help, anything at all, you need only say the word. Situation in the city? Do you mean the people's awakening as Warriors of Light? Well, questions remaining about the circumstances surrounding Ardbert's return. History tells us that what took place may not be entirely unprecedented. But to understand that requires an understanding of Warriors of Light in a broader Vrantic context. If it please you, I should be glad to provide an overview. I flatter myself that it may grant you a better grasp of that which is occurring not only in the Crystarium, but the world at large. Excellent. I shall return to the cabinet at once and look up the relevant texts. Pray join me at your earliest convenience. No rest for the righteous, it would seem. Do not let me keep you, miss. I bid you a pleasant day. Ah, Fadewood, excellent timing. I but this moment finished gathering the materials for our lesson. As a great many works make reference to the Warriors of Light, I shall, with your permission, focus only upon the details that seem most relevant. The Warriors of Light, you say? Forgive us, but we couldn't help overhearing. We've been out keeping watch over the Crystarium, but it appears to be business as usual. So I thought I'd spend some time brushing up my knowledge of familiars, and Alphino volunteered to help. I actually came on a different errand, but I'd be interested in hearing about the Warriors of Light as well. May I join you? Of course, of course. The more the merrier. If you would care to find a table below, I shall be down with the books in a moment. Were one to pore over the annals of Vrantic history, one would note the comparatively frequent recurrence of individuals hailed as Warriors of Light. Albert and his comrades required no introduction, but many others bore the epithet long before them. To name but a few, there was Torthwil, legendary first king of Lakeland, Rodford and Solid, the fabled Dran and Gadget duo of Vilbert. And no list of Rentic heroes would be complete without the Archmage Timina of Rumka. In older texts, she too was called a warrior of light. It did surprise me how ready people were to forget the negative associations of the title. But it makes sense if it's been around for centuries. Verily, in ages past it was simply a synonym for hero. In the wake of the Flood, however, light came to be regarded with fear, the title used not to exalt, but to revile. A far cry from its beginnings. This, my friends, is Norvrent's oldest epic, the original tale of the struggle between good and evil. In a time when all lay shrouded in darkness, a prophesied hero rose to deliver the world from its doom. Fighting in the name of the light, the hero styled himself its foot soldier, and thus did he come to be known as the Warrior of Light. Curiously, in the centuries that followed, other heroes appeared who claimed the self-same epithet, despite sharing no discernible connection with their predecessors. And in time, Warrior of Light came to be a name accorded to all men and women of uncommon skill and valor. Well, well, the plot thickens. As you know, the title of Warrior of Light is also used in the source. Though the manners in which individuals have earned it are many and varied, heroes have been honored thus since antiquity. Nor does the custom show any sign of dying out, as you can well attest. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It surely can't be a coincidence. Indeed not. Let us imagine a man who has awakened to the echo and is able to hear Heidelin's voice. As she styles him, so too does he style himself, a warrior of light. Of course, being blessed with the echo does not in itself make one a hero, and conversely, there will have been no few heroes who were not blessed with it. But such distinctions are immaterial to the masses, and over time they came to use the title Warrior of Light and the word hero interchangeably. Sounds about right. It would be interesting to see if the theory holds true in the other worlds, if crossing the rift were that easy. But you are special. No matter how many warriors of light there are out there, there's no one like you. At any rate, assuming all this is true, and there's a common thread behind the epithet, I doubt the Essenes will have been amused. To have the world at large associate light, and by extension Heidelin, with good, must have added insult to injury. While this discussion is undeniably fascinating, I wonder, should I be privy to it? Mayhap it would be better if I excused myself. Oh, no need for that, my friend. Pray accept our apologies. Your lesson on the Warriors of Light has given us much to ponder. Oh, did someone say Warriors of Light? Rickettio, are you alright? My precious tomes. Did I not say you must take care in the cabinet? You too, Arkell. Farewell. We're sorry, Master Morin. Aren't you... the Warrior of Darkness? My name's Rickettio, and I want to help everyone. Please, tell me what I have to do to be a hero, to be a Warrior of Light. So I want to be a Warrior of Light, but not one that fights with a sword and all that. No, I want to be the kind that fights with potions and heals people, an apothecary. And I'm going to help everyone in the Crystarium. No, and all of Norvrant. When I told Archon Arrow this, they said that the cabinet should have lots of tomes about potions. But this place is so big, and we don't have the faintest idea where to begin searching. At this rate, I'm not going to get anywhere. If one knew where to look, one should indeed be able to find the treaties on potions here. Even so, I fear they may prove a little difficult for one so young. But Esteemed Warrior of Darkness, perhaps you might accompany young Rickettio to Spagirix. Rather than through tomes, I believe she stands to learn more by observing the Corregans at their work. Sounds like a plan. It seems we finished here, so we'll come with you. Ha! I'll have you know I'm really fast. You're gonna be the rotten egg. And please let it be narrated. Well now, to what do I owe the pleasure of so many bright-eyed visitors? Is that the way of it, sweetie? You wish to learn about medicine? That's right. I want to become a Warrior of Light who uses potions to help people all over the world. Well, that is a very noble endeavor, and you aren't alone in it. No few at our infirmary yearn to venture forth as Warriors of Light, but ultimately they all have decided not to pursue that dream. Huh? Why? Because the people here need them too, sweetie. The guards who place themselves in harm's way to keep us safe, the artisans who toil tirelessly that we might sustain our way of life, and younglings like you, who are the future of the Crystarium. They couldn't simply abandon them, you see, and so difficult though it was, they made the decision to remain. Then, does this mean my dream isn't any good? Oh, sweetie, yours is a wonderful dream, and it would be my pleasure to help you pursue it. If we all work hard, the day will come when our Corregans may yet set forth to aid folk in every corner of the realm. As we strive towards that day, I hope we can rely upon you as well. But I must warn you, ours is not an easy path. No, you must work very, very hard. I'm not afraid of hard work. I'll become the best apothecary ever. Just you watch. That's the spirit. Without further ado, then, may I entrust you with a task. I place an order at Sweet Steve for a potion ingredient. I would like you to go and get it. Oh, an ingredient? Leave it to me, miss. My, such an abundance of energy. But I can't help but wonder if she'll be alright by herself. My apologies, but would you mind accompanying her? When you arrive at Sweet Steve, speak with a woman named Christine, and she will point you in the right direction. I shall join you. As the one who suggested this course to Rickettio, I would assist in her first steps. And what about the two of you? Are you coming along too? Well, we do want to become Warriors of Light, just not the same kind as Riki. So we'll wait for you here, Warrior of Darkness. When you return, please teach us how to fight. In that case, Reen and I shall keep them company and take the opportunity to ask about the aspirations. Right, lest you wonder, Chesimil's orders for grapes. As busy as we have been of late, though, however, I regret to say we didn't have the time to harvest them. So it was with apologies that I asked Master Alphino and his young companion to help themselves to the fruits of the vines. Perhaps you could lend them a hand. It's the undersized grapes you want to pick. They're too small for normal consumption, but suitable for making wine and medicine. What? Medicine would would wine be used for? Would grapes be used for? I'm picking grapes as a warrior of light and or darkness. You know, oh, you're here too. We're picking little grapes. It's quite fun. Here's the grapes. Wow, you picked this many already? Amazing. I dare say we have enough between us. Shall we take them back to Jessamine? I can't wait to see what she's going to do with them. Tell me, Riki, what made you want to become an apothecary and warrior of light? Why? Well, a while ago I fell sick, really sick. My body was burning up and I felt so weak I couldn't even get out of bed. Then a traveling apothecary came and gave me a potion to drink. It was the foulest thing I'd ever tasted, but it made me get better. She was so brave. The apothecary, I mean. She went around taking care of people, even when it was dangerous. And I decided I wanted to help people, just like her. So I started brewing potions out of grass and giving them to my friends, but I didn't really know what I was doing or if there was anything else I could do. Then not long ago, a neighbor told me he was going to become a warrior of light and go traveling the world helping people. And I thought, that's the same as I want to do. I see. Out of curiosity, what did your neighbor do in the end? Taylor? I haven't seen him for a bit, so he must already be out there looking for people to help. Taylor? One of the gods awakened by the star shower. Thank you for sharing your tale with us, Rikitio. I myself took inspiration from one not unlike your traveling apothecary, and I hope a good example will spur you on to realize your dreams. But it will not be done in a day. Such lofty goals are reached through hard work and persistence, through countless little acts of heroism, like delivering the grapes to Jessamine. It would seem I have been laboring under a misapprehension. I had convinced myself that it was Elidibus who had sowed the desire to become warriors of light within the hearts of the people. But I see now that the impulse to aid their fellow man abided within them from the first. Elidibus did no more than give it a name. And as he so kindly proclaimed, we must return to our own world ere long. With the Exarch laboring tirelessly, I doubt not but that a way will be found. Yet I believe I speak for all of us when I say I cannot leave in good conscience, not until we have dealt with Elidibus. This is no longer a strange and distant land after all. Norvrent has become a home to us, and her people are our own. Let us return to Spigirix. It wouldn't do to keep your admirers waiting. My thanks for your kind help, sweetie. We now have all the ingredients we require. From the grapes we shall make a vinegar, to which we'll add elf glass and a few other herbs to produce an invigorating syrup. Though it's unspeakably sour, it does wonders for the constitution. As part of our studies, I may just have to give Rikitio a little taste. It's fun. Alright. It's gotta... Okay. It's like making making a baby eat a lemon. Heroic dreams. Errol regards you expectantly. Warrior of Darkness, if you finish helping Riki, won't you show us some fighting? Not play fighting, but honest to God's fighting. We already have some enemies that you can deal with. Vampire bats. The guards say they've become a pest around the Crystarium of late. We tried to sneak outside and hunt them, but the guards caught us and sent us home. But they shouldn't mind if you were doing the fighting and we were just watching. The children told us as much while you were away, and in preparation, Chesamil kindly furnished us with some lures for the bats. While the creatures won't give you any sport, bear in mind that the younglings will be watching. Best to say, put on a good show, yes? Right, let's head outside at once. Everyone, follow me. Alizé, wait just a... Oh, come on then, children. Everyone's here. Good. Let's get started, shall we? As the name suggests, vampire bats feed on blood. And originally being nocturnal creatures, they've grown more active with the return of night and become a nuisance. To draw them out, we'll use Chesamil's lures, which work by exploiting their heat-seeking behavior. The bats are wont to nest under the eaves, so you are likely to attract more if you place the lures near buildings. I have here 6 lures, 3 each for you and me. As proof of a successful kill, I want you to gather up their fangs. Whoever collects the most is the winner. Oh, you're hunting too? Yes, well, there's nothing like friendly competition to bring out the best in Phaedwin. Anyway, while we hunt the bats, the 2 of you are to stay with Reen. She's really strong too, and will keep you safe. Without further ado, then, let the contest begin. Okay, sorry about that. I guess I'll walk a little bit closer. This is the mount we got for saving codes from Mountain Dews, basically. It is the Mountain Zoo. I would laugh, but then I might spill my Mountain Dew code red. Oh, God. Right. There it is. Right where they said it would be. Oh, there's 2 of them. That one hit me. Well fought, Phaedwin. The children were hanging on to your every move. As was I, to be honest. Another tally. May I see your fangs for good measure? Apologies for the wait. My fangs. Not a bad haul, if even I say so myself. Five, 6, 7. 7 fangs for Alizé. Which means that victory goes to Alizé. Phaedwin collected 4. Huh, I did it! I bested Phaedwin. And another goddamn life? You didn't even try, did you? And there I was, taking it seriously. Spare me a pity next time, will you? So, children, you've now seen the Warrior of Darkness in action. What are your impressions? She's incredible, miss! The bats were down before they knew it. Our guards were strong, but the Warrior of Darkness is much, much stronger. We want to be just like her. Good. If you're looking for an example to emulate, you may as well pick the best. I want you to remember how you felt when you watched Phaedwin and train hard. Keep at it for long enough and you'll be strong too. If you don't mind telling us. When did you decide that you wanted to become Warrior of Light? Well, we were there listening to everyone when Ardbert appeared, but I wanted to be strong since before I came to Crystarium. The Sin Eaters killed my father and my sister, see, and I promised myself I'd learn how to protect people one day. Like Ardbert said, this is our home. We're the ones who have to protect it. We're the ones who have to rise up as new Warriors of Light. What about you, Arkil? Me? To be honest, I'm still not sure what I want to do. But if my friends were in trouble, I know that I would want to help them. And I want to go on adventures with them, see the world together. That's a wonderful goal. You really think so? It's hard to explain, but it's something I felt when I saw a star shower the other day. I felt as though there was something I'd lost, and that I'd go out there and find it. Well, for the both of you, there's nothing for it but to train. When we return to the city, I'll teach you some exercises you can do by yourselves. Thanks for showing us your fighting skills, Warrior of Darkness. We'll never forget it. I understand how Arko feels. The star shower didn't awaken me to Highland's voice, but that vision in the final days, of Amarot burning. It filled me with sadness to the very pit of my being. Things I once knew, people I once loved, promises I once made. It felt as though long-forgotten memories were dancing at the edges of my mind, but when I tried to focus on them, they simply fade away. An effect of having a fractured soul, I shouldn't doubt. But lest you worry, I'm perfectly happy to remain fractured. I have no intention of donning an Ascian mask. I just wish I knew what Elidibus was plotting. Ha! But look at this pair of incurable brooders. If we're going to stand around lost in thought, we may as well do it back at the city. Rest assured, Reen and I will take the children from here. Their heads will be in the clouds after meeting you, but we'll see to it that their feet may remain firmly planted on the ground. It's nothing. Just a dizzy spell. Seems I tried a little too hard to beat you. I'm fine now, don't worry. I'll see you soon. As you ponder Alizé's words, you are taken by an urge to revisit the scene of that fateful meeting.
Why am I... Was it you who called me here? So you peered into my memories. No matter. You will have found little of import. But I see you intended to summon me here no more than I intended to come. The fault is mine. Such is the burden of hope. What fool would relinquish his weapon on the eve of battle? That which I do is no different from that which you have done so many times, Warrior of Darkness. I arm myself, I hone my skills, I make ready to vanquish my enemy. You. You who have murdered my brothers, who have taken their selfless labors in service to the one true world and turned them to ash. I see you for what you are. You are death, and only in death shall you serve any purpose. The Convocation charged me to steer mankind and the very star upon their true course. As Elidibus, it is my duty, and I shall see it done. I will strike you down. Destroy you, body and soul. All else must wait. Ere long I will come for you, Warrior of Darkness. And I will save the world. One last matter. I bore witness to your final struggle with Eggcellence. It seemed as if he saw something familiar in you. As if he mistook you for another. No. I recall not of whom he spoke. Mayhap I never knew you. Or mayhap it is another fragment lost.
Ah, I wasn't aware you already had a guest. If the conversation is constructive, I shall not intrude. But if you seek to stir up trouble, Elidibus, then I must insist you leave at once.
Though you lack her blessing, your soul is surprisingly dense.
Worry not. I seem to be unharmed. This is my own doing. The consequence of my recent exertions. It is the tower's way of compensating me for the demands I have placed on it. Rest assured, it is no great inconvenience at present. Indeed, I told Beck Lug as much, but they would not be persuaded and sent me away to rest. No need to make a fuss. Strange as it may sound, I consider it something of a badge of honor. One of the brave souls who saw me delivered unto the first once said that the world shall ever have a place for tales of heroism so long as we have need of inspiration in our lives. Though he and his fellows had no way of knowing whether their mad scheme would amount to anything, they knew that the attempt alone would inspire hope. Or so they hoped. A more optimistic lot one would be hard-pressed to find. They said they would find a means to save our God's-forsaken world, just as soon as they had sent me on my way. said it with such confidence that, for a fleeting moment, I half believed them. Such faith, such courage in the face of unrelenting despair. For a long time, it was more than I could bear to remember them. But having come this far, having sent full many on their way myself, I see things more clearly. To take action is to hope. To believe, to choose to believe, is to take the first step towards a brighter future. And why do I tell you this? Because I want you to indulge me in a little recklessness. Needless to say, I have a plan. And when all is said and done, I will ask yet another favor of you.
You're both here. Oh, thank goodness.
What's wrong?
It's Thancred. He's collapsed.
Well, the fates seem determined not to allow us a quiet moment. Come, let us have the details from Reen. Fraying threads. Reen's face is a picture of worry. It happened after Alizé and I saw the children back at Spagirix. We chanced to meet Thancred there, returning from his mission. He's been shadowing Elidibus around the realm, only to lose sight of him near the Crystarium. And he was in the middle of telling us where he'd been, that he just crumbled to the ground. The Corrosions are looking after him now, and Alphino's standing by, just in case his healing magics are needed. Since I couldn't do anything to help, I thought it best to find you, and the guard at the Eggceeding told me where to look. I see. It cannot have been easy leaving Thancred's side. My thanks for bearing word to us. Come, let us hurry to Spagirix. Spagirix make me think of meatballs. 'Cause I sound like spaghetti. They dragged you here too, did they? My apologies. How do you feel? Embarrassed, but otherwise well enough. I won't be staying overnight. This episode was not the result of any injury I could find. Thancred's ether, however, did show signs of instability, and I did what I could to calm the fluctuations. And all this happened without warning. Not exactly. You will doubtless recall the time Urianger nearly drowned, and I gallantly went to his rescue. When his water-walking charm failed, he was tired, as were you when you got back. We were both spent, yes, on account of which you begged us to rest, which, in retrospect, may have been a good idea. The fact is, I've been experiencing regular bouts of lightheadedness ever since, but there was no actual fainting until now. As Alphino observed, I have no lingering injuries, and it most assuredly isn't old age, which leaves but one likely cause. The link between body and soul has weakened further. Time grows short. We must complete the Spirit Festival with all haste. To that end, Fatewind, might I trouble you to make a trip to the source? In addition to looking in on our friends' bodies, I would have you consult Kryl about our plan. If she has any concerns, we should at least endeavor to address them prior to proceeding. In the meantime, we should get back to laying bare Elidibus's plot. Thus far, I've learned this much, that in each of the places he has visited, There have been sightings of suspicious black-clad strangers. Moreover, the coming of these shady individuals has invariably coincided with some manner of misfortune. Beasts terrorizing settlements, blight ravaging crops. You know the sort of thing. All of which serves rather conveniently to make Ellipsis' call for new heroes reverberate that much more loudly in the hearts of his audience. And you think these black-clad strangers are Asians? I do, and I fully intend to investigate further, but for that I shall require additional feet on the ground. You can count on mine. God knows I've been itching to get out there for a while. Mayhap J too can be prevailed upon to join in your efforts. He has already provided copious guidance in the matter of the spirit vessel's construction. It is for Beck Lug and I to wrestle with the rest. Well, if you can spare the old boy, we may as well make use of him. I'll go and give him the good news. You'll do no such thing. However heedless you are of your own well-being, if you care at all for Reen's feelings, you will stay in bed until you're needed. Alphino and I will find J. All being well, we will have news to share at the time you return. Safe travels, Vader. Zaru, which hopefully voice acting. Fuck. Phaedwin, what excellent, awful timing. You see, our friends, they've taken a turn for the worse. Kraus hardly had a moment's rest these past few days. She didn't want everyone to worry, so she's been keeping quiet. Oh, but listen to me. I call myself a receptionist. I haven't even bothered to ask you why you're here. So they think the spirit vessel will be ready soon, and they want to make sure there are no problems at this end. We better talk to Kryl. She's with the others in Dawn's respite. Let's go and see her. Just prepare yourself, alright?
Excuse us. This way.
I would rather you hadn't seen this.
I'm sorry. We have urgent tidings.
Oh, no, I'm not angry with you. On the contrary. I know full well how hard everyone has been searching for a way to return home. And I had hoped to afford you the time you needed. But given our friend's present state, perhaps it was for the best that you came. Stiff and cold, all of them, as if they were made of wax. Barely alive at all. And they had been doing so well. Save for occasional signs of etheric instability, they appeared to be in passable health. Then, quite without warning, things took a turn for the worse. A change for which even Master Matoya could offer no explanation. She could only remind me that the soul is yet an unknown frontier, and that much and more lies beyond our ken. But let's not lose heart just yet. At times like these, it is all the more important that we remain positive. Why, I but this moment succeeded in quelling a fluctuation in Thancred's ether. And while the others have weakened, they have remained relatively stable. I believe I may leave my post for a moment. So come, let me hear your tale outside.
What news from the first? I see. Work in the spirit vessel proceeds apace, but our friends begin to falter. As they themselves have observed, the link between body and soul has weakened. It's as simple as that. For now, I'm still able to quell the fluctuations in his ether, but it's only a matter of time. We'll lose him if we don't act soon. So if the Exarch is ready to attempt something, let him attempt it. As for the spirit vessel itself, if we seek to draw upon Ilagan wisdom, we could do worse than to consult an expert in the field, and I think I know just the man. Time being against us, it may be best if I go and solicit his aid in person, even if it does mean leaving my patients. In pursuit of Eggcellence, Gilialiapo has a great deal to say about Hatching Tide. Hatching Tide is upon us once more. I hope the season finds you an excellent fettle. For my part, Faedwin, it is an absolute pleasure to see you again. While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. Hatching Tide has its origins in the days before the 7th Umbral Calamity, when 12 sages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I have been visited by such dreams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft into the heavens. Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatching Tide before, so needless to say, I intend to bring my latest vision to life. Speaking of which, the eggs I commissioned ought to arrive any moment now. Oh, Julius, disaster! The cart's toppled over en route. Thankfully, the driver is unscathed, but I can't say the same for the eggs. Good heavens! I'm glad to hear the poor driver is unharmed. But without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? Don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself. Though to create the quantity required will take time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. If only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is, and I must see to the schedule alterations myself. But wait, Faedwin, perhaps you'll be willing to lend a hand. How wonderful to see you again! Knowing what an exemplary assistant you are gives me cause for hope. If you're happy to help, that is. Thank you. The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so it won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock. Burly merchants. Ah, you're that dreamer who was here before, ain't you? Right old mess, to be sure. Afraid I'm all out of supplies you need, though. Is there really nothing you can do for us? Well, I do have some tatty old odds and ends, surplus wares. That might be of use. If you want them, they're all yours. Might not be exactly what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these. Storage fees for eating intimate I'd rather see them put to good use. When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remember thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Anyway, we better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see, this leather looks durable. We have some metal springs and rings that could do for a mechanism of some sort, and these lengths of timber could be cut down to a more portable size. I think these herbs and resins are used to concoct water-repellent alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but there's a first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Unfortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Jilly saw in her dream with these. We can make something far easier to get off the ground, though. Parasols. The trick will be making them look eggy enough. The shell makes the egg, as they say. Do they say that? Anyway, we should paint them. You're right. With some festive patterns on the outer canopy and a convincingly eggy structure, parasols might just make for a worthy replacement. Parasols are a sight more fitly than your standard egg, though. With just the two of us, production will take far too long. So we need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Fortunately, the guild artisans should be less likely to balk at a request for parasol parts than a rush order for myriad eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us first pay a visit to the Leatherworkers Guild. I'm sure they'll be able to transform our leather into something fit for a canopy. It isn't fatal. It must be the adventurer assistant Anata spoke of. She was just informed me of your plight. Many are our apprentices who are looking forward to the Hatching-tide celebrations. You should have the guild's aid, although I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies. The material is water resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coating is perilously low at the moment. If it's a water repellent you're after, say no more. We just so happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation. In the meantime, would you take this timber over to the Carpenters Guild and request that they craft a parasol frame? We can meet up by the Black Rabbit Trader's stall anon. Why do you stand there like a frightened schoolchild? If you need something, speak. Various lengths of timber ready to be sawn and lathed into parasol parts. Parasol frames. A task not beyond your own skill, no doubt. Would the imminence of the holiday not force you to compromise their quality? You have done well to seek aid, Faedwin, and you shall have it. The younglings in the acorn orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenters Guild has the matter in hand. I trust everything went well at the Carpenters Guild. I've just placed an order for the alchemical solution and a few other things besides. The next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. I'll bring the prototype over to Jilly once I've finished, so you can go ahead and wait with her. Welcome back, Faedwin. You'll be pleased to hear I've adjusted the schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. Now for the eggs. Substituting parasols for eggs. What a wonderful idea. I can hardly wait to see what Nanata cooks up for the prototype. Though wait we must. Jilly Aliapo is patiently waiting to see the parasol prototype. And Nana will surely be along any moment now. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol. What a fine example of ingenuity. It's magnificent. I'm so glad you approve. With your blessing, I'll begin producing more to distribute. In the meantime, we find ourselves at a loose end. But we cannot let Nanada outstrip us in the hatching tide spirit. There must be more we can do. Let's show off your parasol to the townsfolk. But of course, we want to promote our newest addition to the festivities. If we tell even a few Gridanians that these gorgeous accoutrements will be available to those who celebrate with us, word will spread of its own accord. With that in mind, I should keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurer's instincts to identify those most in need of egg-themed accessories. The market is always busy. Let us look for potential celebrants there. Jilly is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed your quest objectives. You can leave Jilly behind by entering a different area or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Jilly accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. Discuss the decorative basket. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see around the city. Throughout the city. Take that basket over there, for instance. I came up with the idea and Nanada worked her magic to create the final product. Egg Appreciator. I say, madam, you must tell me where I might acquire a resplendent parasol like unto your own. At our Hatching Tide event, of course. How about it? Will you join us at the amphitheater? I'd be delighted. As a true connoisseur of eggs, both decorative and edible, I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing ovoid perfection, and this parasol surpasses my every imagining. Such elegance, such egginess. Egg Appraiser. Why, that parasol is an absolute delight. It's not often you see that level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair. This might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who was responsible for this masterpiece? The Leatherworkers Guild, the Carpenters Guild, Black Rabbit Traders, and our Dreamers all had their parts to play. And if you join us in celebrating Hatching Tide, you can receive one just like it. I should have known that the Guild's artisans were involved. If it means getting my hands on a parasol, I'll be more than happy to take part in the festivities. Egg Enthusiast. Heavens above! It's that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg. Exquisite, isn't it? If you join us at the amphitheater, you'll receive one just like it. For years I have searched for a parasol as darling as an egg, getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge. 'Tis a Hatching Tide miracle. I expect those three will tell all and sundry about our parasols. Our work here is done. Both happened rather swimmingly. You clearly have an eye for egg connoisseurs. I should go and see how many attendees are gathered at the amphitheater. Feel free to join us when you have a moment. Look, Fadewind, isn't the sight of those parasols simply marvelous? Eggs held aloft, just as in my dream. Hooray, we did it, Jilly. We certainly did. Shall we officially declare this hatching tide a success? Hold that thought. You've yet to see the half of it. Magenta, I'm not quite sure I follow. Quite a few of my customers asked about your parasols. More than can comfortably gather here, in fact. Nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came inquiring. With how many left my stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand, the whole city is awash in floating eggs. That's incredible, to think the parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Wait, Jilly, they're one and the same, aren't they? The celebration is spread across the city, borne by a great mass of floating eggs. You're right! I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plans met with misfortune, it was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared to imagine. There's no doubt in my mind, this will go down as a hatching tide to remember. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they're drawing business in spades. Nanada told me how to assemble them, so I can prepare as many as necessary. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nanada? I couldn't have done it without our able adventurer. And that reminds me, I have something for you, Fatewind. That's the very parasol. That's the very second parasol I ever made. After Jilly's, of course. I thought it fitting that you receive it. With eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, Fatewind, but Hatching Tide most certainly hasn't. Still haven't gone through the DLC for the Ultimate version, you say? Oh no, I'm tired. Probably could have muted that, but alright, let's just all yawn through it. Sorry for the cascade of yawns I might have just caused. Oh, good. We're alright, well, now we're gigantified. Thanks for that. Now there's no hiding it. Rhino, you don't have a walk-on. You know the rules, so do I. Hooligans.
Let's just lick.
Okay then.